Good morning. Mm. Welcome. I'm going to invite Bob to do our prelude. Yeah, is that how we start? I have the most serious case of dislocation that any one of you at any time is very welcome to say, Karen, we don't usually do that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. I'm Reverend Karen Brammer. So honored and delighted to be with you. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Utica. Whether you're visiting for the first time or been a member for many years, you are welcome here. Whatever faiths you have known, if any, you are welcome here. Whoever you are and whomever you love, you are welcome here. We are invited, each of us, to bring our whole selves to this worship service, our doubts as well as our concerns, our convictions as well as our hopes. The pain and joy we have known are all welcome here. Our longing for connection and understanding and every part of who you are is welcome here. If you're visiting us today for the first time, either in person or online, welcome. And we're glad you have joined us. We would love to learn more about you and connect with you through the newsletter if you'd like. Just let us know and you can sign up. There are a couple of folks who can help you out with that. You can also go to the forms that are right at the door when you came in. Our congregation acknowledges that the land on which this church is situated is the ancestral land of the Oneida Nation, one of the original nations of the Haudenosaunee. We continue to commit to struggle against the systems of oppression that have dispossessed Indigenous people and their lands and denied their rights to self-determination. And so we welcome you, and we begin with a sacred sacrament of announcements. I'm going to begin that by reading a note from the Morrow Warming Center. Jeff Chard created an opportunity for us to gather and to celebrate with music and food, and brought coats and socks and all kinds of things, plus cash. And this is a thank you note to the congregation at Unitarian Universalist Church. Thank you so much for taking the time to serve with your gifts and items and a financial donation. As you well know, we serve a population that has constant and debilitating need. So many homeless are housing insecure, with many of the struggles that accompany this. Every gift matters, and we thank you again. The Morrow Warming Center. And I'm going to invite, let's see, who is going to make the announcements about Unirondack? Well, is Melissa right there? Melissa, are you making the announcement around Unirondack? Oh, I thought you were. And on your way up, we're gonna sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
I knew I wasn't going to away from that. All right. We have a Unirondack Scholarship Fund that is available to mainly our youth who want to go to Unirondack Camp. So if you are or know a youth of ages 8 to 18, I think it pretty much is, who'd be interested in Unirondack, they should look at the camps, and if they're looking for extra money, we've got scholarship funding that can help pay for that. We have not had as many youth as of late, and so also, if we don't have youth to fund, we are very willing to fund families and individuals who wish to go to some of the other Unirondack experiences. So they have a family camp, they have a writer's weekend, they have a women's weekend, anything like that. So if any of those would be of interest to you and you would like to request that money, we need you to send an email with your request and what camp you're going to, you'd be interested in, why it would be useful, to Marilee, who's our financial secretary, at financialsecretary@utica.org. And then I think we need that within the next week or two so that we can make that decision at our March finance meeting. Thanks.
There's the Unitarian Universalist camp in the Adirondacks called UU. Thank you for your help. I'm going to need you a lot today. Clearly, Unirondack, beloved to many. We also have announcements that have to do, let's see, Jerry, Jack, and Deb. So Jerry, would you begin? Where are you? There.
Hi, I'm Jerry Reed. I wear many hats here. Sometimes I write the newsletter, sometimes I do coffee, sometimes I'm a greeter, but today I have another hat I'm wearing. I'm on the board of directors of an organization that meets here once a month called SAGE. SAGE is an organization that supports LGBT elders and watches out for their needs. We're launching something new this month here in Utica. It's called Lunch and Learn, and we're inviting anyone from this congregation to join us at Temple Emmanuel tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. for a lunch and learn, and we got sandwiches and food and lots of good company, and we'll learn about Alzheimer's. So you're invited to join us tomorrow at 11:30 down the street at Temple Emmanuel. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I know this is one of the most anticipated, oh, I'm Jack. In 2 weeks, we're going to have the kickoff for our annual stewardship drive. And I know everyone's looking forward to that each year. The kickoff date is, we hope to make it a party. Okay, we're going to have a potluck, so everybody please sign up for a potluck. There's a sign-up sheet in the bulletin board just outside the sanctuary, or email me or text me. My number and email are in the directory. So please do that. It's going to be very important. We're also going to have music, and we're going to have other activities. So we have a couple people, Jeff and Steph are working on that. And if anyone's interested perhaps in music, Jeff, can I say that? Contact Jeff. The other thing is, we will be reaching out to a few of the leaders of the congregation for advanced pledges. So a few of you may receive a letter in the mail this coming week about advanced pledging. So that's what it's about. So that's it. Everybody else, you can wait for a couple of weeks. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Deborah, and I want to invite you all after coffee hour around 12 noon to visit with me in the back room. I don't know what that room is called, but you'll see that there's a big television set up. I want to give a presentation about two programs that have been recently funded by the Office of Mental Health. They're mind, body, health, and healing programming. They're non-clinical. And there's opportunity to be certified in these models, and you can use them either just independently with your family, or you can decide to support others with this program. We have about 480 people across the state so far trained, and the certification is free at no cost. And so I hope you'll join me and learn more about it. Thank you.
I think Deborah's being modest because I believe Deborah had a hand in writing, creating, midwifing this program for the state of New York. It's very powerful, powerful work. Are there any other announcements before we go merrily on our way? All right. I'm going to invite Michelle forward, please, to come light the chalice. The words I'm going to read are from Albert Schweitzer. At times, our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another. Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us and among us all. We'll ask you to turn to page 360 in your gray hymnal to Here We Have Gathered, a traditional piece. And when you're ready, please rise, embody your spirit or both, and join in singing.
Here we have gathered side by side, circle of kinship, come and step inside. May all who seek here find a kindly word. May all who speak here feel they have
Tuck, please, to come forward and read from Blue Notes, is from our Unitarian Universalist people of color.
Good morning, I'm Sarah. We worship the holy, that thing that unites us, and the energy of the spirit that binds us. We worship that which arrives to call us into a deeper relationship with and care for one another. The spirit of life that arises in community and can't be explained totally in words or contained in any singular tradition. Some call it God, some don't call it anything at all. And the wide swath of understanding within and beyond is bountiful.
Sarah, before you sit down, we'll be coming up to welcome our new members. So Sarah Tuck is becoming a new member. Jean Perry, would you come forward? Letty Umadi, would you come forward? Michelle Wiles, please come forward. Julie Ambrose and Matt Ambrose, please come forward. I don't know about you all, but it fills my soul to see this, to experience this. Oh, all right. I'll do this so I don't block anybody. I'm going to invite each of you, Sarah, if you would pick up the green book that's behind you and place it on this here. Thank you. This is people who have signed our membership book for the last while. Each of these people has participated in conversations with me and also in a class of 3 different sessions where we explored a lot about what it means to be Unitarian Universalist in this congregation. And so one at a time, I'll invite people forward to sign your name where your information is. If you really want to, you can be facetious and sign your name where it doesn't belong, but that would be confusing. So the first name that is here is Julie Ambrose. If you would come forward and sign. Here's your name. Matt Ambrose. There you got it. And Jean Marie Perry, please come forward. There's just sign right there. Sarah, please. Letty Umadi. And Michelle Wiles. Now I'm going to invite everyone to look at the back of your order of service. Now, sadly, I forgot to suggest that you would someone bring a bunch of orders of service forward for this group of people? Thank you. As we'll talk about more today, there is really nothing more core to our faith than our covenant, which can be found on the back of the order of service. And what I'm going to ask you to do as a congregation and as friends and people who are visiting and as members who are becoming new members is to alternate reading the lines of our covenant to one another as our way of coming together in promise, because that is what we're doing today when we join in community as a Unitarian Universalist. And so I'll ask the gathered to rise as well. Would you rise together? I'm going to invite the whole congregation to start. We build our church on a foundation of love and covenant with one another to create a welcoming and trusting, safe community for all. And if you wait, and we'll invite you to be open, honest, and compassionate to all, and look for the good intentions of others. Avoid gossip and speak directly to one another to resolve any differences. To speak kindly, respectfully, and compassionately while listening carefully to all viewpoints. Explore and accept personal responsibility in conflict, being able to forgive and accept forgiveness. Participating with our community where there is common ground, serving with compassion and commitment. Approaching visitors with respect, open hearts and minds, embracing everyone. Altogether, we commit to this covenant as a means of supporting and living the 8 principles. Thank you. Please be seated. And before you leave, I have in a box behind you, Sarah. We can put it away. That's right. One to everyone from your membership. Sarah, under your foot. Have you done something already? Sorry, Sarah. Thank you. Can we all fit?
I can back up a little bit.
Don't hurt yourself, though. Since you're here. Thank you. And there's a wonderful cake for coffee hour that Jerry made for our new members to welcome them officially. Ah, yes. Michelle, you're just not going to be able to sit, are you? Come on back. Michelle's going to read again from Blue Notes.
We embrace this living tradition as one that requires ongoing reflection and deep wrestling with our values so that we might reconcile them with how we live in the world. We understand progress as something measured by proximity to our ideals, not distance from our worst moral failings. To live fully into this tradition, we do not believe in checking any part of ourselves at the door to participate in this faith. Rather, we must bring our whole thinking, doing, breathing, reflecting selves to the practice of Unitarian Universalism.
I've been a Unitarian Universalist minister for 26 years now, and it just never fails that when people become Unitarian Universalists or commit to this faith, I just feel joy. I just feel joy because I believe deeply that we are here for important reasons. And I'd like to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to start with when I really started preparing for this service, thought about belonging and all the different ways people belong. And one of my favorite images is my niece when she was 5 years old. She's not a delicate little person. She's a robust little, well, she's now in her 20s, but she was a robust little 5-year-old, and she adored soccer. And to watch that group of 5-year-olds plays soccer, if you just imagine a bunch of arms and legs focused all in a bundle, moving sporadically through the field. And she adored that. And you'd see an arm come out and you'd see a foot come out and you'd see the ball pop sometimes, but they were so focused. They belonged because they needed to have fun, they needed to have exercise, and they were learning how to collaborate, cooperate, and follow leadership in that sport. So when I think about belonging, I start with wondering why we would choose to belong to something. And what I'm going to do is invite you to participate with me, whether you see yourself as belonging as a member or belonging just in this group today for the moment. But I know that there are people who choose to belong, even for just this moment, to end the isolation that happens in our culture, to end the isolation and to connect in meaningful ways. How many of you would say that that's a part of why you would choose to come? Yeah, ending the isolation, having a meaningful sense of connection. Another reason is to deepen our sense of purpose in life, to deepen our sense of purpose. So many of us get wrapped up in our demand is that we must accomplish certain things in the week, for the jobs, for parenting, for all kinds of reasons. And to come here is a moment to focus on deepening our purpose in life. How about exploring the meaning of your own life? Might that be part of why you're here? Exploring the meaning of your own life. Yeah. And making a difference by bringing our values into the world. That's an important one for what lots of you use. Making a difference by bringing our UU values out into the world. Mutual care, growing together, all kinds of reasons to come together. But to what end? To what end? Another part of understanding this is that we in this faith and in this community are choosing to belong to a community that comes together around covenant. That's the little ball that we focus on going up and down the field. Our covenant, our way of being together, how we want to be in the world. There are so many ways of belonging in our culture that require that you all believe the same thing. That is not who we are. There are many things in our culture that require us to be more similar than different. Sameness becomes quite important, and what that also implies is the exclusion of so many others. Another reason that people come together in community is for protection, to feel safe. That matters so much. And what we're learning in our faith community over decades of interacting in a larger culture that is becoming more and more reactive, afraid of our openness and our welcoming of differences. What we are trying to do, there are a variety of UU congregations that have had people come in and be offensive, or people come in and use assault weapons. And the response of the communities has been to learn how to grieve and to learn how to be strong and what it means to be strong, and also to keep our hearts open. That is such a different scenario from belonging to a community of people or a nation for the purposes of excluding others from that specific identity, and from keeping others out, and from hoarding our resources. And we know with intensifying climate change that that's going to be a greater and greater problem, that there will be more competition for resources. And we have before us as a community, a faith community all over the country and world, our commitment is to sharing. Our commitment is being in community, showing up in community with care and welcome, and honoring each other's differences. More and more and more, our Unitarian Universalist faith, I believe, is becoming incredibly relevant. Incredibly relevant. So what holds us together? It is our covenant, and it is our values. And we've read the covenant together this morning, and every other Sunday there will be the values statements. Those are the things that bring us together in community. We do not ask anyone to be the same here. In fact, we say, be who you are in full when you come here. But doing that also means that you may have very different beliefs from me, and we may have ways of expressing ourselves that are not easy for each other. So being in community includes practicing being more okay with being uncomfortable. That's really different from a lot of churches or cultures that say, I'm here to feel the same and safe within that sameness. We're here to celebrate each other's differences and get a little more practiced in being a little more uncomfortable in order to grow, in order to learn, in order to practice love that includes. Love that is muscular, that actually asks us to figure out our own reaction to someone so that we can grow our hearts and figure out how to include and to live our covenant. Being Unitarian Universalist also means having a sense of resilience in life, in love, because life and love are full of loss, full of tragedy and grief. So what we are doing here is working together to practice on a very regular basis how to call up hope and possibility, not the kind of empty hope that some of us have a knee-jerk reaction to that is like, hope is an easy way for people not to do things. For us, hope is about understanding our covenant, using our promises to one another and to the larger world so that we can figure out the next right thing to do in the name of love, in the name of community. So we tend to believe in resilience, being able to change, being able to adapt, being able to take what's coming and learning, stepping one right step after the next. And with a wrong step, sit down and figure it out, talk to each other, take the next right step. We are here because we believe in the resilience of the human spirit as well. And in fact, that we need to act on that. We have so many challenges before us in this increasingly polarizing culture. So many challenges to not look at them and blame them, but to figure out what is going on in this culture and what is the next right thing for me to do or to be in order to be in covenantal community. And so I believe all of us welcome our new members fully with open hearts and celebration for the journey ahead. Welcome. I am going to invite our song leaders to come forward because some of us absolutely adore this song and others are confused by it. If it stresses you to read the music, just put it down. The words are simple. You can let yourself hum and not follow the words, but would one of you just, well, maybe all three of you will teach it by singing it, telling the words. I'm going to stop
Yeah.
now.
Okay, so this is a round. So we're going to sing it through together twice. So that way you get to at least hear it once, join us on the second time, and then I'll ask you to stand and we'll split the room up and we'll actually do it in a round. So Bob's gonna give me some starting points. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. See, it's not that hard. Okay, so now we will ask you to rise as you're willing and able. And if you are on this side of the room over here, you are going to follow Jean and Barb, and you're going to be our starters. And if you are on this side of the room over here, you are going to follow me, and we're going to come in one line later, and we are going to do the whole thing 3 times through.
Be not
ready?
afraid. Just
Your life be as a song, resounding
May
with
your
the
life
dawn,
be
to sing
as
awake
a
the
song,
light, and
resounding with
softly
the dawn, to sing awake
serenade
the
the stars,
light,
ever
and
dancing
softly
circles in the
serenade the
night.
stars, ever
May
dancing
your life
circles in
be
the
as a
night.
song, resounding with
May your
the
life
dawn,
be
to sing
as
awake
a
the
song,
light, and
resounding with
softly
the dawn, to sing awake
serenade
the
the
light,
stars,
and
ever
softly
dancing circles in the
serenade the stars,
night.
ever
May
dancing
your life
circles in the
be as a
night.
song, resounding
May
with
your
the
life
dawn,
be
to sing
as
awake
a
the
song,
light, and
resounding with
softly
the dawn, to sing awake
serenade
the
the stars,
light,
ever
and
dancing
softly
circles in the
serenade the
night.
stars, ever dancing circles in the night.
you are wonderful. Bravo. Wonderful. Would you join one another in some moments of prayer, meditation, grounding? As you breathe in, we breathe in truth. The truth of the pain. The truth of the sadness. And what seems like senseless violence. And we breathe out love. We breathe out hope. You breathe in again life. You breathe in the air. You breathe in community. May our coming together serve to increase love in our own lives and the lives we care about, but also in the lives of all those we do not know. May our coming together with intention serve to increase the possibility for justice and right relationship. And may we breathe in and breathe out gratitude. Thanks for this life. Thanks for finding one another. Gratitude for the possibility of another day. In the name of all that is holy and in all the holy names, blessed be. Amen, and may it be so.
Oh, hi, it's me. I'm back again. So, I'm Melissa, and I am your finance chair here at the church. So, did you know that most of our church budget is made up of, oh, ushers, hold off. This is going to be a long one. I know. You're going to want to wait. I have notes. Did you know that most of your budget comes from, or it's made up of your pledges? In fact, 80% of our budget comes right from all of you. And because of you, we are able to do things like have Reverend Karen here with us and pay her a fair wage and benefits for all of the fantastic knowledge she provides. Because of you, we do a lot of work behind the scenes here to keep our building up to date, heated, lit, and the parking lot plowed. We maintain a database of all of our members. We send a weekly newsletter. We track our finances with QuickBooks, and we pay to help get all of that done, an office assistant and a bookkeeper and a sexton who comes and cleans up the building. Because of you, we are able to do things like recognize our new members, sponsor local events, and aid in social justice efforts. We provide educational programs to children and adults, and we bring beautiful music to our services. Bob is not cheap. So when we ask you to pledge, it is to support these things and more. And right now, we want to support more than last year's pledge amount was able to cover. And last year, we used savings to cover this extra, but we can't do this for very much longer. So therefore, our stewardship team is going to be coming around this year and asking you to increase your pledge. And that is to help us do all of these things and to fund all of the stuff that we love and all of the things that make our church the place that we love. And today in particular, we are also asking for something a little bit extra in this offering, because one of the things we like to do is support organizations that help those in need. And so for today, all of the undesignated funds in the baskets is going to go to UNICEF for children living in war zones. If you still wish to provide your pledge today, that's just fine. Just make sure that either your check is written as this, as my pledge, or we have envelopes in the baskets that are dedicated to you pledging, and you can put your cash in those if that's your preferable way to do this. So anyone who wants to do that can make sure they get the right thing in the right spot. Anyone who wants to chat more about our finances, I will be available after the service and other times. And now I can ask our ushers to come forward to collect the offering.
Thank you, Bob. Oh, we will extinguish today's chalice with the words that you read on the second page of your order service. We extinguish this flame. Thank you, Jean.
These are the words of Reverend Kathleen Mateague. May the light around us guide our footsteps and hold us fast to the best and most righteous that we seek. May the darkness around us nurture our dreams and give us rest, so that we may give ourselves to the work of the world. Let us seek to remember the wholeness of our lives, the weaving of light and shadow, in this great and astonishing dance in which we move.